Damn it. Hey! Welcome to Sim Race TV. We're back live here tonight. We're with the United Southern Racing League at the Brickyard, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And I'm Jay Weezy, and I'm with Dustin German. Dustin's back with us tonight. And we got a lot of great drivers out there about to do some fast racing around this big square track, man. This is a fun track to watch a race at. Maybe not so fun to go to and watch it, but it's a lot of fun to watch it here. These guys are going to put on a show for us tonight. Let's take a look at our starting grid. Looks like Troy Radford's going to be starting on the pole here. And alongside him, it's going to be the number 17 of Tommy Haynes. And before we get started, hold on just a second. Let me change this real quick. All right. Yeah, we're running a little bit behind tonight, so bear with us here. Second row is going to be Todd Sargent and John T. Wimbish. Third row is Chris Berg and Darren Clement. Fourth row, Ed Morris and Eric Driggins. Fifth row is going to be Dale Albright and Dustin Ping. Sixth row, Bruce Potter and Keith Dunn. That's going to round out the field here tonight. Some people had some trouble with the snow, and some people might not have been able to make it here tonight. But we're here, and we're ready as the pace car pulls off the track. It's going to be on Troy Radford here. He's about to set sail and send these babies flying around here. Dustin, what do you think's going to happen here?
Man, it's going to be tough to pass, I think. It's a hot track, 110 degrees. Looks like Troy's starting up front again, so we'll see how it goes.
Side by side down into turn number one here for the lead. Troy Radford with a nose over Tommy Haynes right now. They are drag racing down the backstretch right here. Lap number one. Tommy Haynes overtakes Troy Radford to take over the race lead here at the Brickyard. 75 lap race here. It's going to be a long one. And this thing might go green, Dustin. If it does, we're going to see green flag pit stops. These guys are going to be hard charging off of turn number 4, trying to come down pit road, man, without having an incident. It's like Radford looked to make a move on the inside of Tommy Haynes right there. Couldn't do it. Tommy closed the door on him. Now Tommy's starting to pull away with a 3/10 of a second lead right now over our second place driver, Troy Radford. Todd Sargent, he had a great run last week, currently in that third spot.
Yeah, this is a good track for green flag racing. It's really not a two-groove track. It's really hard to get side by side, and when you do, you're just trying to let the guy by you or get by the guy. So yeah, we'll probably see a lot of green flag running here, and it's a long race.
It's going to be a good one, though. Good long race, actually. A lot of great-looking paint jobs out there as they come off of turn number 4 to complete lap number 2. Tommy Haynes, Troy Radford, Todd Sargent, Chris Berg, and John T. Wimbish rounds out the top 5.
Yeah, it looks like Tommy got a good jump. Like you were saying, they were drag racing down the back straightaway on the first lap, and I think he kind of set him up in turn 2 and got by him. It's pretty much what this race is about. You got to kind of ride behind somebody, wait for a mistake.
Oh, yeah, long way to go, man. Don't pressure yourself too much, man. Just be consistent and keep that hammer down as much as possible. Some of these guys might burn off some tires. You see Tommy Haynes moves out of the way there, so Troy Radford can't get much of that draft on this long straightaway here down the front stretch.
Yeah, these tires are going to be wearing pretty quick. We've got 110 degree track temp, and it's really a handful for these guys.
Well, looking good so far. We've been green, so it's a good sign that this thing might go green for quite a while now. I'm not sure how the car feels out there, or if you know how the car feels out there, let us know.
Yeah, I did not make any laps, so I don't know really how it feels. I'm pretty sure it's kind of tight given the weather and, you know, the sun and all that stuff. But, yeah, it's going to, I have heard it's a 21 lap run on fuel, so not very far they're going to make it on fuel.
Oh, 21 laps here. That's you know, these laps, they're pretty wide. 2-mile track here. It's going to use a lot of fuel, so I'm not surprised that they only get 21 laps here. Well, that means that we're going to see about 3 stops.
Yeah, at least 3 stops here if we go green. So,
well, right now Todd Sargent looks good, man. Starting to pull up a little bit closer there onto the back bumper of Troy Radford.
Yeah, I talked to Tommy earlier this week, and he's been doing a lot of testing here, so I think he was kind of looking forward to this race.
Tommy been looking good all season, actually, so, you know, had a little bit of trouble there at Martinsville, you know, sliding down into the corners and whatnot, but, you know, tonight looks like he's having a lot more fun than he is at Martinsville. It's a totally different track, kind of the same shape, just really, really big. Oh, we got a caution here on the track there, Dustin. Let's see. It looks like Dale Albright might have got caught up in that one. So let's go back and take a look on the replay and see what happened to Dale, the 26 machine. He's running right in front of
Looks like Darren.
Yeah, Darren Clement. Oh, Darren moved to the inside. Dale had the door open and Darren put it down in there. It's like 26 might not have knew he was there, so they make a little bit of contact, and Dale Albright has a lot of damage on that 26 car here as we look at the replay. Let's go back live here. So he catches up to the back of the field. Tommy Haynes still trying to catch up to the pace car here. Lap number 7 here so far. 10% of this race under. 90% to go. A little bit more, 90, maybe 92, 91. Well, I would suspect these drivers are going to make their way onto pit row here and get some new tires and get ready to go back out there and do this thing one more time. The numbers. Go ahead.
I was just saying they're about a third of the way through their fuel run, so yeah, they're going to want to fill up and go at it again. I don't think you want to go back out there with 7 laps on your tires, especially this place.
Well, we're going to word in with our leader right now, Tommy Haynes, after he makes this pit stop. And maybe we can get some information from him. We'll let you get a word in with him. This number 66 car, man, Chris Berg's in, looks really good. I love the paint job on that thing. Pit stops. Don't look like anybody made any mistakes getting into their box, so we might have a race off of pit road here. Tommy Hayes wins the battle off of pit road. Keith Dunn being scored as your race leader right now. He didn't come down pit road just yet, so he might be staying out to lead him a lap, get some of those points. Either that or maybe he missed pit road or missed his box. No, he hasn't been down pit row yet. So yeah, let's see if he comes in or not. Take a look at that 03 machine of Keith Dunn. He's drafting with the pace car here. What do you think about this sun? You think the sun's gonna go down here, or is it gonna be the same the whole race?
I'm not sure. I mean, we could probably see a little bit of, you know, change in position of where it's going to be, and maybe cast a few shadows. There's one other thing I don't know that last week that y'all had a chance to get. I'm not sure if the patch came out or not with the clouds moving, and you can get clouds on different parts of the track, sunshine different parts of the track. That makes a big difference when it comes to handling. So that's a cool little feature they added on.
Oh yeah, it changes the way the car handles and all that's good stuff. Well, let's pull up Tommy Haynes right now, our race leader. Let you get talking with him.
Hey, Tommy Haynes, this is Dustin up in the booth, man. How you doing?
How you doing, buddy?
How's the car feeling, man? You seem to go pretty fast here at the beginning, got the lead, and how's the car really feeling? Is it tight, loose? How's the track?
You got to let off pretty early to get through the corners here. It's a little tight, but it ain't too awful bad. Just got to manage your tires here.
Yeah, man, you can continue your hot streak here, man. Looking good this season. You've been real fast. Is that all because of practice? You doing a lot more practicing this year, or what?
Absolutely. Me and John, we practice about whatever race we go into. We practice right much during the week, and it's hopefully to pay off here. I got some tough ones behind me though. I know Troy and Todd, and I got John there in fourth. You know, it ain't gonna be easy here.
All right, man. We'll let you get back to doing your job, and good luck, and have a good race.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
Yeah, I think he's got a good shot at this one. If he's been doing some practicing, you know, it always helps to know how the car is going to react and, you know, the fuel mileage and all that good stuff. And these cars have a whole lot of horsepower, so of course you got to lift a little bit early here. But the Demon Sim works. Demon Racing chassis number 17 looks good up front right now. Let's see if he can keep it up there.
Yeah, it looks like we're coming up on 5 o'clock here, so I think we'll be good on sunlight. Like I said, we might have it dip down a little bit and have some shadows later on when this race gets in the latter stages of it. That could make a big difference also.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Any change in the sun, you know, will definitely react on the racetrack and how these cars handle their tires. Will be a little hotter if the sun's beating down on the track. It makes it a little bit slicker too. Sometimes the slickness makes it tight. Sometimes it makes it a little loose. So just depends on how the setup is. Well, these guys really do have a lot of great looking cars though. Just taking a look at these paint jobs, man. I mean, it's a nice looking field. They better watch out for the 94 Troy Radford. Troy, man, he's really stepped up his game in 2018, and moving into 2019, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with, I would say. Especially here tonight at Indianapolis. I know another driver, John T. Wimbish, Todd Sargent, Chris Berg, Ed Morris. A lot of drivers out there have a shot at this one. Just depends on if Tommy Haynes can hold them off or not.
And I heard through the grapevine they might be expanding for more drivers next season, so there's a lot of guys waiting to get in here. They just got to wait until the season's over with, so car count should be up next season.
Yeah, you know, you can check out the United Southern Racing League. It's, I think on Facebook, it's the USRL. I try to tag it. It just don't let me tag it on Facebook, so I don't know why, but check them out in the league directory or on Facebook, or get a hold of Tommy Haynes, John Wimbish, Troy Radford, any of these guys. Ask him how you can get in. Green flag's back out, and Tommy Haynes puts that pedal to the metal as Todd Sargent goes side by side with John T. Wimbish down into turn number 1. John's gonna slide down and fall in right behind Todd Sargent. Right now it's Haynes, Radford, Sargent, and Wimbish, followed by Chris Berg to round out your top 5.
Yeah, Tommy wasted no time going there, but it looks like Troy's got to run off of 2. He's gonna go down and drag race him into turn number 3 here.
Side by side, let's see if Troy Radford can make it happen on the high side, on the bottom, and keep Tommy Haynes up on that high side, and he's got him clear. New leader here, Troy Radford takes over the race lead as we approach lap number 12 when they go across the start-finish line this time by. And Troy Radford started on the pole. Now he's back out front.
Yeah, that's not a good sign for the rest of the field. Troy Radford back out front. He likes to get out there and take off. So Tommy's going to do all he can to keep that from happening here.
Yeah, if he can stay close, you know, that'll always help. And I don't see Troy trying to keep him from getting that draft right now. They're just kind of running single file. And we got a battle for 4th. Looks like Chris Berg side by side with John Wimbish in the 55. And the inside paid off last time. Looks like John's just gonna let him on by this time and run him down here on the next lap. And I wouldn't want to go side by side into the corner either. Being up on the high side, sometimes that could work out to be a bad thing in your favor. You know, if they missed a turn, maybe possibly door you and push you up the track. And, you know, you get damage here at Indianapolis, you might as well call it a quits.
Yeah, these straightaways are very long, and it's a very aerodynamic track. So
Todd Sargent looking good out there, currently in 3rd position. See, he's all over the back end of Tommy Haynes. Troy Radford starting to stretch it out on him there. He's opened up a 0.6 second of a lead, so 0.6 of a second out front of Tommy Haynes.
Tommy's probably like, man, what kind of car do I have now? But this is one of the worst tracks for aero tight, aero loose. You get a lot of bad, dirty air on the front of your car here, and it's just hard to drive it. So it's kind of hard to overcome. So it's best to be out front. And Troy's showing the way now, man. He's really pulling away.
John Wimbish, the 56, seems to be better on the longer runs. I mean, he don't come out of the gate, you know, like a rocket. But he does come in pretty strong on the longer runs, which is probably why he let Chris Berg go on around. Chris Berg, he's pretty fast straight out the gate and a little bit on the longer runs too. It just depends on how you drive your car. So we might have to watch John Wimbish come up past these guys after they get a few laps on their tires.
Yeah, that's kind of how I like to approach a race, man. You got some people that just like to drive it hard from the beginning. I've never really liked that approach. It's always try to lay back and trying to save some stuff for the end of the run.
I agree.
And John seems to do that a lot, so you might be right about it. He might have a plan here.
Well, let's see what kind of speeds they're getting up to. But first, let's take a look at the weather tonight. The track's 101 degrees. The air temperature is 82. Winds coming out north at 9 miles an hour right now. With that track being hot like that, man, that's just like I like it. But some of these other guys may not like it. Let's take a look at some of the speeds they're getting up to here. Coming off of the corner, about 169, 165. 165 or so off of the corner. And then John goes side by side with Chris Berg here. 205, 206 I seen. Todd Sargent starting to put some pressure on Tommy Haynes. He's all over the back of the 17 right now.
Yeah, and this track's 10 degrees cooler than it was when we first started in that little short period of time. So it looks like we had a little bit of problems there with Troy getting off of 4. He's about to get passed here by Tommy.
Oh, Troy may have gotten to the wall there just a little bit and causes him to lose a lot of straightaway speed there. And yeah, he's got a little bit of right front damage on his car, so that might hinder his performance here on the longer run. And you know, if you do green flag pit stops, you really don't have a whole lot of time to you know, get that fixed, because you don't want to sit in your pit stop on green flag runs.
Yeah, it just kills your you know, your track position if you have to get any damage repaired, and it's almost like a risk versus reward here at this track with the aerodynamics, how they play into it. It's not what Troy wanted to see, but I think that might be what Tommy was hoping for, or at least waiting for.
Yeah. Looks like Troy's making it work even with that little bit of right front damage.
Yeah, I think like we've talked in the past, as long as he can stay behind Tommy, he might can help him, you know, be better off than if he's out by himself. So kind of keep that fender out of the air if he, as much as possible. But like we were talking about the weather, though, we've lost 10 degrees since we started, so the track's picking up speed. So it'll be interesting to see how much it does fall during these few laps till the end.
Sargent gets a good run off of turn 3 there, pulls up on the outside of Radford there. He's going to take over that number 3 spot from Troy. Or number 2 spot from Troy, sorry. Tommy Haynes back out front.
Yeah, and Todd was all over Tommy before that thing happened with Troy, so he might be looking up there to sniff the lead here in just a few seconds.
Yeah, I thought that damage that he has there on the right front would hurt him a lot more, but right now he seems to be doing okay. He's about a 10th or 2 slower on his last lap. Let's see what he does on this time by. Last time by was a 52.46. And as it crosses that start-finish line, let's see. A 52.9. Tommy Haynes ran a 52.78. Todd Sargent ran a 52.6. So Troy about 3/10 off from Todd Sargent right there. Todd with the fastest lap of all the cars out there.
Yeah, and you can really see it on track. He's really getting through the turns really fast.
Yeah, Todd's got something figured out there in that 30 machine. He's getting closer there. He's only a 10th and a half of a second behind Tommy Haynes, your race leader. And he is pulling right up to the back bumper there, that Demon Simworks number 17.
Yeah, he knows he's got to be patient here. It's not a really easy track to pass at unless you've got the momentum and beat him down the straightaway. So can't really make a dive bomb move like we've seen earlier with the first caution. It's kind of hard for guys to see, and it's kind of risky. So
oh, he's going to put the move on Tommy Haynes as he jerks it onto the inside. Tommy Haynes moves up the track, gives him that room, and they're going to drag race here.
Tommy does a smart move by just backing off, letting it go. It's like, man, if you're going to work that hard, go for it. I'll just ride behind you.
Oh, Troy gets loose there. Hangs on to it though, loses a little bit of time.
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed about the Cup cars. They're really sensitive to damage, so more so than most other cars that I've raced. So thinking he might have a really, really bad handling car. He's really praying for a caution right now. He'd love to see one so he can try to get some of that damage fixed.
Yeah, we got a new leader right now, Todd Sargent. Looking good out front with a 53.0 last time by. That's a half a second faster than Tommy Haynes. Troy Rafford with a 53.3. And this time by just a little bit different. 52.9 for our race leader, Todd Sargent. 53.2 for Tommy Haynes. So Todd Sargent about 0.3 of a second faster than Tommy Haynes.
Yeah, the first two starting to stretch a little bit over Troy. He's starting to getting caught by some guys behind him. Looks like he's starting to struggle a little bit more as we close in on green flag stops here.
Lap 24 coming to 25 here of a 75 lap race. Yeah, it'll be the first time they made green flag pit stops here tonight.
Yeah, it should be coming up pretty soon, the next 5 laps, I think. We should see some guys peeling off here hitting pit road.
Savage Wade, if you want to join this, let me think of the best way to do it. The description of the video, I'm not sure what it says. I'd have to look. How are you watching? Let's see. He's on YouTube. Okay, YouTube has the most information out of all of them, so might be the way to go. Let me check it out. I just want to make sure that okay, look at the description of the video on YouTube, and it's got their Facebook page. It's got their iRacing League page there, so check them out. And I believe John Wimbish will be the guy to talk to. Sorry for taking so long to answer that, but I wasn't looking at the chat. Todd Sargent stretching it out on him right now. 1.3 seconds lead over Tommy Haynes. Chris Berg up to third. And we've lost Troy Rafford. He's fell back to 10th so far. We got 3 cars on pit road right now. Troy Rafford. Dustin Ping's on pit road. He's making his way off of pit road now. And also Eric Driggins, the 42, is on pit road, so we'll have to keep an eye because Todd Sargent, our race leader, he decides to come down pit road this time. And he's bringing a few cars with him. Ed Morris, Keith Dunn, and Michael Twaits. Dale Albright also coming in with him, the 26 car. We seen he had some trouble early. Let's see if he spends a little time getting that damage fixed. Also, it looks like he's got it pretty straightened out there. So, Dale Albright got his car fixed just a little bit. Still got some wrinkles in it. Boy, here comes our race leader. He's going to pass up the entrance to pit road here one more time and stay out another lap. Him, Chris Berg, And also, John T. Wimbish still out on the track. Decided not to come down pit road just yet.
It looks like these guys might be trying to stretch their fuel an extra lap or two just to see what they can get on the end here.
Todd Sargent, man, I mean, before he come on the pit road, he was really out there flying around. I'm not sure if he's on a certain type of pit strategy or not, but Tommy Hayes continues to ride past the entrance of pit road here.
Yeah, Tommy should be on fumes right now from what I was hearing about the fuel run, so he'll definitely come this time, I'm sure.
He's been out there. This is the 21st lap, so you're right. He might be coming this time. If not, I mean, I wouldn't say he'd get more than one more lap around here as he comes down the backstretch here. He's got Chris Berg following him there. Chris Berg in second. John Wimbish is still out there as well as Darren Clement. All the other drivers have made their way on the pit road. He's gonna pass it again.
He must have a little bit bigger fuel cell than the rest of the field here.
Chris Berg said, "My time to pit is now. I'm not waiting no longer." And you know, these guys that stay out, they're losing some time to these guys that have pitted. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out with these guys all on different pit strategies. At least 3 different strategies going on here.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. He's giving up a lot of time here with his older tires, so I'll leave it to him. He knows what he's doing. We'll see what he has on the other end here coming out.
Yeah, Tommy Hayes, he ran a 53.8 last time. Well, Troy Radford, Todd Sargent, they ran 50.4. So, you know, you're talking 3.5 seconds difference every time you go around, and Tommy has stayed out for 3 laps. That's about 10 seconds. Here he comes. He decides to come in his time by, as well as his teammate, John Wimbish. They said, "No, I can't take it no more. I can't keep giving up this time."
You got the guys up on the wall with a can of ether just in case he run out of gas, so give it a little shot there and fire back up.
Yeah, they right now still under power. So we was in the cockpit with John, so they had enough fuel to make it. Here comes Darren Clement, the 32 machine, as he makes his way off of pit road.
Looks like John and Tommy might have overshot just a little bit, had to back up, I think. It's going to cost them about a second, probably.
Yeah, the pit road, actually, I want to go back and make sure. I want to check that out here. Let's watch this pit stop on the replay here one time. John comes in. Yep, backs up just a little bit. But yeah, they've been having a little issue with the pit signs. It's kind of hard to see your box, so. Oh. Tommy Hayes working his way back out onto the track, trying to get up to speed. Todd Sargent, your race leader right now, as we're 31. Making 32 laps in to this race here in Indy, which is race number 8 of the season. Todd Sargent, he's been out there for leading them laps for quite a while. Troy Radford is in second. Ed Morris is in third. Dustin Ping and Keith Dunn rounds out the top 5 here.
Yeah, this race is going by pretty fast. We're about 5 laps away from halfway, so starting to play out and starting to see who's going to be running for this win here.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to get around Todd Sargent, I think. You know, I think Todd might, if this pit strategy works out for him, he's going to be the car to beat. And if anybody can catch him I'd say it would be Tommy Haynes, as long as he didn't let that pit strategy hurt him. It's going to be tough. Todd Sargent having a connection issue, so hopefully that don't disconnect him from the race. And Raymond, yeah, man, check it out on YouTube. And I mean, it might have the information in this description on Facebook as well. Click them up and check them out. Yeah, it's on Facebook as well. So all the information that you need is right there. If you want to run with these guys, come on over. Oh, Harry Hardina.
This guy I hadn't talked to in a while. Good to see you watching out there, Raymond. Hope you're doing good tonight, man.
And I second that. Looking at the 32 of Darren Clement right now, he's got a lot of damage on that machine. Currently in 11th position, 1 lap down. So something happened to that 32. I thought I caught a glimpse of it about maybe 5 or 10 laps ago. I thought I seen something. I wasn't for sure, so I didn't investigate that. But yeah, by the looks of it, he's hit something pretty hard.
I mean, it looks like Troy did not opt to fix his damage. I mean, I can't say that's a bad call because...
Oh, Troy Radford with an evasive move. I thought he was trying to come down pit road. That's going to bring out the caution. Yeah, Troy Radford.
Wow.
Wow, what a hit there on the inside wall. Actually, didn't tear up that car too bad, but I'm sure it's tore up, you know, just enough to not be able to continue. So let's go back and look on the replay, find out how the heck Troy Radford come off of turn 4 like that.
Wow, that's very unusual.
Here we go. Troy Radford coming into turn number 3. Coming off of turn number 4. And it just comes around on him right there. He slams the inside wall, locks it down. And before he could clear the track from the other drivers, the caution flag comes out here. So let's go back live up front. Todd Sargent did not want to see that, because if he was on a certain pit strategy, he was killing that pit strategy, man. I tell you what, he had at least 9 or 10 second lead over, you know, Team Demon Simworks. So this is going to shake it up just a little bit, put everybody back on the same playing field, and they get to do it all over again because they're not going to be able to make it the rest of the way on fuel. And after these guys make green flag pit stops, we'll get a word in with, we had a couple requests out there. It was Siffy Lopez asked to talk to somebody. I have to go back and look. First we'll talk to John Wimbish, and then we'll talk to Bruce Potter.
Yeah, it looks like Troy's day's done. He's smoking down there, so it's not looking too good right now.
Yeah, tough break for Troy Radford, man. He come off start on the pole here, had the fastest car in qualifying, battled for the lead with Tommy Haynes there for a little bit. And, you know, he got into the wall, and after that, his race just started going south.
Yeah, it looks like Troy might have just clipped that rumble strip down there and just got a little loose and didn't realize how loose he was getting there on exit.
Oh, he hit the rumble strip, huh?
Yeah, it looked like he barely clipped it with the left front and kind of got him a little loose off turn 4 there.
All right, we'll go in order of the requests. We'll go with John Wimbish, and then we'll move to Bruce Potter. Just let these guys get in their box, get their pit stops complete. All right, where is Bruce Potter's TNT Motorsports? Looks like everybody got in and out of their box there pretty good. All right. John, I'm Wimbish. It's Jay Weezy, you got me?
Yeah, man, what's up?
Hey, man, how you doing out there? I know you've been taking it easy here early in the race. Is that part of your strategy?
You got to, man. The way this track is, it wears your tires out. You just got to, you know, pick and choose your moments here, and hopefully everybody else runs the tires off or whatnot, and get a good finish out of it.
Yeah, what was going on? I seen that, you know, Todd Sargent, he's got an extremely fast car here tonight. You know, he powered by your teammate Tommy Haynes, and y'all were on different pit strategies. You guys stayed out and actually lost about 9 seconds staying out for 2 or 3 laps longer than Todd Sargent. Not sure what kind of strategy, you know, you guys were on, but was that part of it?
Well, it sounds like the losing one the way you're putting it, but
yeah, well, I mean, you know, you're running 3.5 seconds slower there for 3 laps, so that's about a 10-second, you know, difference.
Yeah, the one thing that we hadn't done really is being able to practice this week a lot with me being out of town and knowing what guys run over the long run, and if you stay out, how you can catch them is something that, you know, we kind of work on and just hadn't been able to this week, so it seems like we don't need to do that again, so I appreciate the heads up with that.
Well, I wasn't trying to give away no secrets or anything, and hopefully Todd Sargent won't, you know, get mad at me for that. But I'm just saying, you know, you guys were on 2 different strategies, and just them 3 laps, you know, makes up a lot of time. But if he would have had to pit 1 extra time by coming in early, then you were on the right strategy. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, I'm not real sure. I mean, I think we all would have had to pit the same number of times with the way we got fuel set here. I was hoping that being on new tires and them staying out would be a little advantage to us, but, you know, with me and Tommy both wearing a Rift and we don't have anybody in our ear, we don't know if that's a winning strategy or losing. It's something we normally practice, but just didn't get to this week, and, yeah.
Well, this time, hey, you know now.
This time, buddy.
Well, you're going to go back to green. It's going to be about 35 laps to go, so you won't be running out of full tank. So y'all be on different strategies here again. So, hey, man, good luck out there.
Yeah, I appreciate it, buddy.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk to one more driver here before they go green, if we can. The driver of the 59 machine, Bruce Potter. And what you want to ask him there, Trent, what would you like to ask Bruce Potter? Right now, Bruce Potter had some trouble. He's got some damage on his car. Right now, he's being scored 4 laps down. I hope Todd Sargent ain't too mad at me. I mean, I wasn't trying to spill no beans or nothing. That's what John said, I spilled the beans. I was just speaking truth. Let's take a look up front here. These guys are doubling up, and they're getting ready to go green because the lights are off on that pace car right now. And look who's up front. The number 7 comes out with the lead, Ed Morris. He's going to lead laps here. He's led 2 so far. Outside of him is going to be the fast number 30 of Todd Sargent, 2nd row. On the inside is going to be Chris Berg, Dustin Ping on his outside. 3rd row is going to be Tommy Haynes and John Wimbish. 4th row is going to be Keith Dunn and Eric Driggins. 5th row, Michael Thwaites and Darren Clement. And in that last row, still trying to catch up to him, Bruce Potter and Dale Albright here as we make our way off of turn number 4 and get set to go green here one more time. It's going to be about 35 laps to go here, maybe 36. Pace car is going to pull in. It's on your leader, Ed Morris, and he hammers down, and we're back green flag racing here for the United Southern Racing League, race number 8 at Indianapolis.
That's the guy we really hadn't talked about tonight. We've talked about him this season. He's been real fast at most anywhere we've been, so we'll see what he can do out front here.
Chris Berg battling with Dustin Ping right now. They're side by side, coming off of turn number 2. Berg on the inside, Ping out by the wall. 205, 6, 7 miles an hour. Wow. Chris Berg really got a good run off of turn number 2, and he's going to take over that 3rd spot, try to run down number 2, Todd Sargent, as Ed Morris leads another lap here. Single file, Ed Morris, Todd Sargent, Chris Berg, Dustin Ping, John Wimbish, and Tommy Hayes, followed by Eric Driggins, Keith Dunn, and Michael Thwaites. And Darren Clement rounds out the top 10.
Yeah, looks like Tommy paid a price for staying out there so long on those tires. He's back here mired in traffic. One of the fastest guys we've seen here tonight. See if he can pick his way up through this field. He's got to run out of time here, though.
He's got work to do, that's for sure. You're right. You know, putting him back there a little bit further in the pack. Excuse me. You know, he's got his work cut out for him, that's for sure. A lot of cars in front of him. He's going to have to try to get around if he wants to get back up front. Ed Morris, right now, he's able to hang on to the lead out in front of Todd Sargent by a little over 0.3 of a second. But Todd, he's been fast all night. Last time by, he was almost 0.2 faster than your leader, Ed Morris, the number 7. So a matter of time at those kind of lap times, knocking off that 0.2 a second a lap. It won't be long before we got a battle for the lead.
Yeah, Ed was really impressive out there, man. He's, like I said, we hadn't talked about him tonight, but we have been talking about him this year. He's showed some good speed all year. And he is a rookie here, so.
From what it looks like, he knows how to lead laps here at Indianapolis, because that's what he's doing right now, and he's doing it. He's still just a tick slower last time by than the 30 in second, Todd Sargent. So Todd's really putting the hammer down here, trying to get up to the back bumper of Ed Morris.
Yeah, I've been watching this race a lot from the blink cam, man. Todd's really hitting his mark. He very rarely misses his mark in this race. A lot of guys have kind of hit him and missed him here and there. Man, he's really on top of the track here.
We're looking out the back of our leader, Ed Morris, at the front end of Todd Sargent's ZL1 Camaro. And you see how far apart those guys are right now. Not very far. As it's showing on the leaderboard about 1.5 tenths. And Todd Sargent closing in. He's got it within a tenth now.
There's the door just open for him, man. Making his move.
Read the messages. Yeah, we got a battle for the lead. Todd Sargent powers by the number 7 of Ed Morris on the inside and retakes the lead. So we got a new leader. That's so funny. Chris, calm down. That's funny though. $30 to go here at Indianapolis for the United Southern Racing League. It's race number 8 tonight. who's going to win? Make your picks now. You've seen what these drivers got. We know Todd Sargent's fast. We know Ed Morris can run up front. Chris Berg, always fast. Tommy Haynes got a fast car as well as Dustin Ping. Dustin Ping right now, he's running right here. The number 9 machine in 4th. A little bit further back, he's about 2.7 seconds off of our race lead. Todd Sargent, so he's a little bit further back. John T. Wimbish and his teammate Tommy Haynes right here. They're running strong, 5th and 6th right now. Todd Sargent up front starting to stretch out a little bit over Ed Morris. Look at that beard. I need to shave mine. I got a bad habit of playing with it.
Looks like Tommy's gotten by his teammate of John Wimbish, but he's struggling to make up time here.
Tommy Haynes on a mission right now. He's separated himself from his teammate John, and now he's trying to run down the number 9 of Dustin Ping. He's got 4 cars ahead of him before he can retake the lead. It's going to make it hard on him, you know. And we were talking about it earlier, you know, that pit strategy, it put him back a little bit further in the field. And now, hey, he's got a lot of work to do, man. Let's see, Chris said, yeah, Troy's had some trouble out there tonight. I believe Troy had to take it behind the wall. He had got loose off of turn number 4, hit the inside wall pretty hard, ended his night here at Indianapolis.
Yeah, it looks like Todd, man, he's really starting to flex on these guys and show some muscle here. He's trying to pull away from these guys.
Yeah, he's trying to get it to a second. Right now it's 0.8 of a second, but Ed Morris got a pretty good run there through the turns, and he's starting to close in just a little bit there on the straightaway. But Todd Sargent, man, he's out there by himself right now in that clean air, running good, leading some laps. So they're going to watch out. Todd Sargent looks to be the car to beat here tonight. Early, hey, it could change though. First I thought it was Troy, and then Tommy Haynes was out there flying around. He looked like he was the car to beat. Now it looks like Todd Sargent. Of course, Ed Morris was up there. So any of these drivers could walk away with this one. This was far from over. We got 25 to go.
Yeah, we still have to make a pit stop, so.
Well, while we're on this green flag run, let's go through the field here. Take a look at our drivers. The number 30 of Todd Sargent, he started 3rd. He's led 15 laps, make it 16 when he crosses the line this time. And that beautiful number 30, he's also in a ZL1 Camaro. Let's take a look, see if we can get a shot of the hood here of these cars. Look at these paint jobs. It says together ahead. And running in second, Ed Morris. The Bud Light, Ed's Race Paints, number 7. He's also in a ZL1 Camaro. I believe most of them are in Camaros, or except for Bruce Potter. Bruce Potter's in a Ford. So we'll move on to 3rd place here. It's Chris Berg, and I've already said it here once, and I love the paint job he's running right now. He's running a beautiful number 66. And let's see what it says on the hood of that thing. It says Monster Army. And he's running strong in third. Hasn't led any laps. He started 5th, so he's gained a couple spots there. Dustin Ping, he's in 4th. He started 10th, so he's gained 6 spots. He hasn't led any laps either, but he's also in a Monster Energy Z01 Camaro, the number 9 machine. Running in 5th, Tommy Haynes. He led 18 laps earlier in the Demon Sim Works. The Demon Racing chassis, number 17. He's also a Z01 Camaro. And he's got his teammate, John, closing in on him as they bump draft down the straightaway. The Demon Racing chassis, number 56, started 4th. He's dropped back, lost 2 spots. He's in 6th. The number 42, that's Eric Driggins. And of course, he's in a Z01 as well. The Mean Green Mowers, number 42, started 8th. He's running 7th. Michael Thwaites, he's in the 88 Menards, the yellow Z01 Camaro. He started 13th. He's up to 8th. Apocalyptic race team right there. Keith Dunn. Keith Dunn is from TNT Motorsports. The 03 Realtree Z01 Camaro. He led a lap. He started 12th. He's running 9th right now. Darren Clement in a banged up K&N Z01 Camaro, the 32 machine from Clement. What's it say right there? Clement. Can't quite make it. Excalibur Racing right there. So he started 6th. He's dropped back. He's in 10th right now in the 32. And 11th is Dale Albright here, the number 26 National Guard. And it's a Z01 Camaro as well. 3 doors down on the back of that thing. Bruce Potter in the 59 machine. He's the Corvette parts, number 59. He's in the Ford Fusion. And he started 11th, currently scored in 12th. And Troy Rafford he's out of it. Ray Rafford, no sign of neither one of those cars. So we'll go back up front to our race leader here, Todd Sargent, and look out the back at the distance that he put between Ed Morris and himself. 2 seconds. He's got a 2-second lead over Ed Morris right now. Ed Morris starting to get some pressure, it looks like, from Chris Berg here in the 66.
And with Todd having such a big gap here, we might try to see some people try to make a gamble and try to short pit it here. So winding on down here, we got 20 to go. So the fuel window is open.
I would have to agree. I would probably come in, say, lap 15, 16. If it was me, you know, I'd probably run 16 laps and say, all right, let's shorten it up a little bit and see if we can get it out in front of these guys. Because like I said, here comes Ed Morris now. He's going to make his way on pit road along with our race leader, Todd Sargent. Now that's really going to throw a wrench into these guys' plans, because you see the race leader come in, he's already out in front of you. So if you stay out and he puts 2 or 3 seconds on you in one lap, then you're really going to be behind him. So the leader comes in, you better come in with him. This guy didn't come in. Chris Berg, Eric Driggins, Michael Thwaites, and Darren Clement stayed out on the racetrack. So let's keep an eye on pit road here for a second. Looks like Demon Simworks, Demon Racing actually made some pretty good stops there as they slid into their box. They didn't have to back up. Todd Sargent, man, he takes off way before Tommy Haynes and John T. Wimbish. So looks like John Wimbish is going to get that spot from the 17 to Tommy Haynes as they leave pit road. they're gonna switch up positions there as they get up to speed here, coming down the backstretch of Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And it's only a few hours north of where I'm at. Actually, my home track is Kentucky Speedway, but just north of me, I got Indianapolis. So, hey, man, I got two good tracks I can go to anytime I want.
Yeah, it's always cool to live driving distance from a track, man. Nothing like a real racing person. I wish everybody could get out and really experience it. Ain't nothing like it is on TV.
Oh, yeah, man. The first time I went, you know, I didn't know what to expect. I was like, well, yeah, I go, you know, I guess. And then when I got there, I was like, wow, this is crazy. So, and the first track I went to was Talladega. So I really got the wow factor, you know. Just walking through, you know, where all the snacks and they sell all the stuff, and then the cars go by. It's really loud and really crazy to see those cars running so close together. I mean, I loved it, man. And after that, I mean, I got hooked.
Yeah, that's one track I've always wanted to go to was Dega, you know, Daytona. You know, some of the good racing there, even for TV, you know. The casual fan really loves watching those races, so I think it'd be awesome just to be, you know, there in the atmosphere. And there's nothing like smelling the rubber and the fuel and all that good stuff, man. That's some things you don't get from watching it on TV.
Yeah, the best part about it is, you know, showing up on Friday night, staying the night, having some cold Pepsis, and you know, going to the track on Sunday, man. I mean, you get 2 days to have fun over there, man, and they know how to have fun at a racetrack, especially a NASCAR race. We got a battle going on, though. We've been watching these two, Chris Berg and John T. Wimbish, been throwing blows at each other, man. Right now, John T. Wimbish is out in front of Chris Berg, but Chris he ain't backing down.
We're getting on through this season. I think we're about halfway through now. So, I mean, these guys are really fighting their tooth and nail for every point they can get. So, every spot matters.
Yeah, John moves over on the straightaway to keep Chris Berg from sniffing that air. And it didn't work because Chris Berg is still all over him as they come off of turn number 2 this time. Let's take a look from the back bumper here. Chris Berg moves to the inside. He's got a fender in there.
The guy that's really loving this is Tommy back there. He's licking his chops. He's like, y'all keep racing, guys.
John T. not going to fight him over it, man. He's going to give it up. And maybe he can run him back down, which is the, you know, smart thing to do. I don't fight a whole lot either. If you run me down, you get to my inside, man, I say, hey, man, you deserve it. You earned it. And I'm going to give it to you. And if I'm fast enough, then I'll get back out there and I'll run you back down, man. And hopefully you show me the same respect. If not, I'm going to take it anyways. And you know what I mean, Ryan, you know.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those tracks where driver etiquette really comes into play, you know. You got to give and take here, or you ain't going to survive it, that's for sure.
Oh, Chris said he got to kiss the bricks, and he drove on the track at Indianapolis. Huh.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Yeah. How much that cost you? I'm just kidding. No, that's awesome, man. That's pretty cool. I've been there quite a few times, you know, and now when I go up to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, I usually show up Friday night. I stay the night Friday night. I party all day Saturday, walk around and stay the night Saturday, and then in the morning on Sunday I come home and watch the race in the AC because it's so hot up there, man. It's a good track to watch if you ain't never been there, but if you've been there a couple times, it's no big deal to come home and watch it on TV in the air conditioner, especially after you've been out there for a couple days and drinking a lot of Pepsis or Mountain Dews or Big Red or whatever you like to drink that's really cold, and you can buy a case of them. Chris Berg done checked out on John T. Wimbish, and now we got teammates right here. running right up next to each other here. Let's take a look at our leader, Todd Sargent. He's 1.2 seconds out in front of Ed Morris. Ed running strong in second. Chris Berg running in third. Let's take a look at Ed here. He ain't that far back, but he is there, about 1.2 seconds back. Chris Berg, he's back here about 2.4 seconds back from Ed Morris, and about 3.6 seconds back from our leader, Todd Sargent. Todd Sargent leads another lap here as we're approaching 10 to go here in a couple laps. It's going to be on lap 63 here this time by Todd Sargent, man. He is dominating here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the United Southern Racing League 2018 Demon Sim Works Cup Series. This is an awesome race to watch. Only had a couple cautions here. It's been pretty green.
Yeah, these guys back here in the back, they kind of got themselves in a bind or praying for one to get them back into contention. But, man, it looks like it's all on Todd right now. It's his race to really lose, you know.
I would have to agree. I'll tell you what we ain't done. Let's jump up in the car with Ed Morris as he comes off of turn number 4, and let's see what it's like to take a lap around here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Some long straightaways. Sounds like he might be getting a little bit loose there, so it's kind of loose. That might be a good thing for some of these drivers.
Yeah, you definitely, a tight car here can make for a really long day. So, yeah, loose would be very welcoming by a lot of these guys, I'm sure.
Yeah, a tight car here in Indianapolis is tough, man. It's so easy to get banged into the wall there coming off of the corner, which you see that, you know, Ed does have a little bit of damage, but he's still running pretty strong there in second. Last time by there, that lap, he ran a 52.648 to Todd Sargent's 52.253. So Todd Sargent about 0.4 of a second faster than second place Ed Morris. Chris Berg ran a 52.589. So Chris just a tick faster than our second place driver here we're looking at. John T. Wimbish and Tommy Haynes, both of those drivers ran a 52.7. So they're about a half second slower than Todd Sargent. So whatever Todd Sargent's doing, man, he is doing it right. So he is flying out there. I mean, to be a half second faster than a lot of these drivers, which this time by a 52.4 for first place. Second place ran a 52.8. Third place ran a 52.5. So Todd Sargent still the fastest car out there with a 52.4. But if you look at Tommy Haynes back in fifth, he ran a 52.8. So he's still almost a half second faster than, you know, Tommy Haynes. So that's a lot of time here. A half a second a lap could add up really quick.
Yeah, it definitely don't hurt to be out front with the clean air, but he's definitely just, man, he's hitting his marks every single lap. He's not losing any time to anybody. He's just gaining and gaining. So he definitely knows what he's doing here, that's for sure. That's a hard track to do that.
Yeah, he's figured this thing out. You know, he got the 10 to go last time by, so we're going to have 9 laps to go as he comes down into turn number 1. This time by, he ran a 52.5. Ed Morris with a 52.1. Chris Berg ran a 52.6. And John T. Wimbish ran a 52.8. Tommy Haynes with a 52.6. So Tommy Haynes probably the closest one to what our race leader ran besides Chris Berg. So Tommy Haynes and Chris Berg pretty similar there. And our closest battle on the racetrack right now is Michael Thwaites he's well, actually, Tommy Haynes and John T. Wimby should be our closest battle here. Tommy's in 5th, John's in 4th. Oh, John gets loose off of the turn, off of 4.
Yeah, those guys have been battling it out ever since they left pit road this last time when they got their last stop in. They've been swapping their position back and forth near about every other lap, so.
Yeah, and you know, 3 more laps, you don't want to see a caution because it's going to put an end to it. But a caution coming out right now probably would be something that these guys are looking for, you know, and I'm sure they're beating themselves up for putting themselves a little bit further back after staying out an extra couple laps there on that first green flag stop. After that, after getting set back like that, they just haven't been able to make that comeback.
Yeah, these guys are teammates, but here with 5 to go, they're competitors, so they're not going to give up anything for each other.
Maybe Tommy Haynes will move him for 4th. I doubt it. It'd be fun to watch, though.
I'd like to be in a team hauler after that one.
Oh, Ed Morris ran the fastest lap last time, but this time Ty Sargent ran a fast lap. So Ed Morris and Ty Sargent switching back and forth, running the fast laps. And you take a look just behind Ty Sargent, you got Ed Morris and Chris Berg. Chris Berg starting to close in to the back of that number 7 machine of Ed Morris. Maybe Chris Berg can sneak on in there and take over that number 2 spot. If Chris Berg don't have any damage, which I don't think he does, he might be able to steal that number 2 spot away from Ed Morris. Ed, he's been running pretty strong considering he's got that little bit of right front damage we've seen earlier.
Yeah, that might be why he ran such a good lap last time by. He's seen looking in the mirror, man. Chris Berg is all over him right now. We got a good battle shaping up here for the end.
Yeah, this thing's closing out here pretty quick. These guys ran 75 laps around Indianapolis fairly quickly. Could have went. I've spent hours at races here before, so I know that it could be a long day here. And tonight it's been a very good race. Chris Berg, he got it. He overpowered him down the back stretch, and he took over that number 2 spot. But problem is with coming to 5 to go here, he's going to run out of time unless Ty Sargent just makes a mistake. Especially, well, Ty Sargent, let's see. Let's look at the lap times when he comes across this time. Chris Berg ran 53.1. Ty Sargent with a 53.2, so only a 10th faster. That's not going to cut it, Dustin.
Yeah, and with a 3-second lead, Todd could probably smack the wall and still maintain his good speed. Like you said, there ain't many laps to go, so he's been running a good race all night. I don't see anything changing.
Yeah, he's starting to pull away too a little bit.
Yeah, Chris is starting to pull away from Edward also, so it's a little bit too late for Chris there, it looks like, but good run nonetheless.
Yeah, Chris Berg having a good night here tonight. Unfortunately, he might come up one position short from stealing the win away here for race number 8. Todd Sargent, he's looking to park his car in victory lane for, I'd say, the first time this season. Don't quote me on that. It could be unofficial.
I believe would be his first win, I believe.
How are we looking on the points?
Yeah, let me find those.
Yeah, because this thing is coming to an end here. I think we only got a couple races to go. Todd Sargent, a little over a 10th faster than Chris Berg that time by. So Chris Berg's, he's starting to pick it up here later in the run. Running some pretty good lap times, but, you know, he's just too far away from that number 1 spot there. Todd Sargent, man, he's really figured this track out tonight, and once he took the lead, he hasn't looked back, and he's just been hitting his marks and making stuff happen out there. So man, What a run by Todd Sargent here tonight. He's going to be coming to 2 to go this time.
Yeah, coming into the night, Tommy Haynes had the points lead, and looks like he had a 3-point lead over Keith Dunn, a 3-point lead over John Wimbish, and a 15 over Todd Sargent here. So Todd was sitting 4th in points with Troy Radford in 5th.
Wow, so the points are tight in the top 3, and Keith Dunn currently being scored in 10th right now, so that might move up from 3rd place in points to 2nd.
Yeah, and this would be Todd's first win of the season here if he can pull it off.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how excited he is to pull off this race here. 2 laps to go for Todd Sargent as he makes his way on to the backstretch and down that long straightaway. When he comes around to the flag stand this time by, he's going to see that white flag waving. It's going to be one more time around for him. White flag is out for the 30 machine of Todd Sargent. It's been a long race, but man, he has really came out to race tonight. And he's going to be ecstatic, I would say, to come home with the win at Indianapolis. I can't tell, but it looks like he might already be celebrating. One more turn here, coming off of turn number 4 for the final time. The number 30, Todd Sargent, pretty much dominated this thing once he got out front. Now he's going to take home the checker flag and the win for race number 8 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the 2018 Demon Simworks Cup Series. Congratulations to the driver of the number 30 machine, Todd Sargent. What a job by this guy, man. And Chris Berg's going to come home in 2nd. Ed Morris holds on to that number 3 spot. John T. Wimbish, he's going to come home 4th. Tommy Haynes is going to round out the top 5. As this guy goes around the track and gets ready to do some burnouts or kissing some bricks or whatever he wants to do, it's up to him. We'll take a look at our race results for tonight's race here. Todd Sargent with the win. Chris Berg in 2nd, Ed Morris 3rd, John T. Wimbish in 4th, Tommy Haynes 5th, Dustin Ping in 6th, Michael Thwaite 7th, Eric Driggins 8th, Derek Clement comes home 9th, and Keith Dunn rounds out the top 10. Dale Albright, Bruce Potter, Troy Radford, and Ray Radford's going to round out the field here as our winner, Todd Sargent, burns it down on the front stretch. Don't go nowhere because we got driver interviews coming right up. He's going to do the backwards victory lap here. As he celebrates his win, man. Dustin, what'd you think?
Really surprised. You know, good race all around. You know, I knew it was going to kind of feel like, you know, kind of like we thought it would be. It's typical Indy, but man, it was really exciting. Couple cautions. A little excitement from Troy there. I don't know kind of what happened to him. I'd like to talk to him later on this week, see what happened with him. But yeah, it was a good show. I'm glad to see Todd finally pull off a win this season. Chris Berg with a good finish. Edward Morris, man, you know, like we was talking, he's a rookie, man, but he's really showing a lot of good speed this year. So I'm looking to see him in victory lane before it's all said and done.
Man, I couldn't have said it any better, man. Well, I don't think we're going to be able to talk to our second place finisher, Chris Berg, but we will be able to talk to our winner tonight. Oh, sorry. Just hang on just 1 second. There we go. All right, let's see if we can talk to the driver of the number 7, Ed Morris. Tonight, he had a good run out there. He started 7th, and he brought it home 3rd. Ed Morris, this is Jay Weezy. Got a copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Man, how'd you do it, man? It looked like you had a little bit of damage on the car, but you managed to hang on to it and bring it home on the podium tonight. Any secrets?
No, just trying to run consistent. Troy was fast tonight, and I was trying. Not Troy, I'm sorry. Todd was fast tonight, and I was trying to run him down. I was driving the tires off of this thing and caught the wall on the exit of 2 or 4, whichever one it was. But I just stayed consistent and didn't make any mistakes tonight, and brought home 3rd, hoping for the win. But good run.
Oh yeah, great run. You got out there, you led some laps. You couldn't quite hold off Todd Sargent, man, but you made the best out of it. Race car wasn't all the way clean. I'd hate if it was clean. I'd love to see what would have happened then, man, because I know that you got what it takes to pull off the victory, especially here at Indianapolis. Anybody want to thank tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the team, everybody for coming out, support. Thank you guys in the booth and all the fans out here watching. We appreciate you guys coming out and watching.
All right, very classy, man. Great job out there tonight, man.
Thanks, man.
That was Ed Morris. He led 8 laps out there, and he brought it home 3rd. I'm not sure if we got a Chris Berg back yet on the radio. I don't believe so. So we're going to move on to our winner tonight. The driver of the number 30 machine started 3rd tonight. And once he got the lead, he never looked back. And he's going to park that thing in victory lane, doing burnouts and all sorts of stuff. Todd Sargent, it's Jay Weezy. You got a copy?
10-4, I got you.
Man, how'd you do it? I don't know. I really wasn't expecting it, But once you got up front, it seemed like you had the fastest car on the track lap after lap, man. How was your race tonight?
Yeah, I got to practice a lot this week. I practiced when it was a little bit cooler, but I knew the tires were still going to be a big deal, so I just backed it up in 1 and 3 and saved my right front.
Yeah, and coming out early in the race, we knew you had a strong car.
It's pretty fast tonight.
Yeah, you were putting the pressure on Tommy Haynes there for a second, and then it seems like after the green flag pit stops and you come out, Ed Morris there in front of you. Once you got around him, man, you never looked back. And I was watching your lap times, and consistently had the fastest lap. What was the trick to it besides 1 and 3? Anything special?
Yeah, just get a good run, and I guess it's a little bit different. 1 and 3, 2 and 4, just get a run off. You get a good run down the back. Don't overdrive it. That's the biggest trick to this place, I guess.
Yeah, man. And pulling off your first win, how's it feel?
Yeah, I've been knocking on the door the past couple weeks. Had some bad luck, but I'm glad to finally get her done tonight.
Hey, absolutely. I'm glad to see you in victory lane here, and you put on a great show tonight. Pretty much dominated this race. You led 37 laps after starting 3rd, man. Anybody want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank TNT Motorsports, Bruce Potter, Tucker Sargent, my twin brother, for painting my car for me. You guys for putting this broadcast on. It's always fun to go back and watch, and John for putting the league on.
Absolutely, man. Hey, maybe we can make it 2 in a row next week. Hope to see you in victory lane.
Hey, thank you guys.
All right, that was your winner, Todd Sargent, man. And, like I said, I think he pretty much dominated at least the second half of this race here. He, one of the fastest cars out there. I really enjoyed this. The second half of the race was all to Todd Sargent here. Race number 8 for the 2018 Demon SimWorks Cup Series. That's going to do it. The winner's going to be Todd Sargent here. So join us back next Sunday night for the United Southern Racing League, because we're coming back in. Where we going, Dustin?
Looks like next week we're going to one of my personal favorites. We're going to Michigan, man, for 100 laps. And we're going to have 2 more races left till the chase starts. So getting on down to the nitty-gritty, man.
Hey, that's going to be awesome, man. And I know that we're going to have a lot of different cars showing some really good speed there. Like, you know, Tommy Haynes, John Wimbish, Ed Morris, Todd Sargent, Chris Berg, Troy Radford, Michael Thwaites, Keith Dunn, all these guys, man. They're going to put on a show for us next week. So come back and watch. It'll be about 9:40 Eastern time here on SRTV Network, Sim Race TV. So for Dustin German and SRTV, I'm Jay Weezy. Everybody, have a great night, and we'll see you next week.